Well, we're joined now by Sandra Navidi, founder and CEO of the advisory firm Beyond Global. She joins us from New York City. It's good to have you with us. So we've got two stories here. The European Commission says that these tariffs are an act of economic self-harm by the U.S. President Trump says that they could bring in up to $1 trillion. Which is true?
I would go so far as to say that they're part of economic warfare. They don't make sense at all for either party because they're only going to increase prices here while not bringing back jobs. And also they increase the risk of an escalation spiral. And all in all, there are really no positive effects. Sometimes tariffs in general can have positive effects if they're fine-tuned, but not if they're applied with a sledgehammer. And in this case, Donald Trump explicitly says, first of all, he still claims that foreign governments pay for tariffs, which is not true. They're paid by importers. And he says they will generate huge income for the United States. If there's one reason why you shouldn't apply tariffs, it's to generate income for a government, because the dynamics don't work. If goods become more expensive due to tariffs, people will buy them less and less, and then they have to increase tariffs, so that in turn becomes a downward spiral. So it doesn't really make sense.
What about the president's argument that these tariffs will bring back manufacturing jobs to the United States?
I think that's just a pretext, just like the fentanyl argument vis-a-vis Canada, because there was an interview actually that Howard Lutnick gave a couple of weeks ago to CNBC, where he was specifically asked if it would make sense, or if it were to make sense, to bring back jobs to the US, because wages are much higher here than they are in, say, China. And so in effect, products would become more expensive. And Howard Lutnick answered, no, but we're going to use robots. And I think that's part of the master plan, is to involve the tech industry more and more. For instance, Elon Musk's Tesla is not performing very well. He now sells the promise of humanoid robots, and those could and probably will be used in factories. So all in all, I don't think that those tariffs will create more jobs, also because they're negative for the economy, so people won't even be able to purchase more of these goods.
Ms. Navidi, then how do you explain what we're hearing from the trade unions, the U.S. Auto Workers Trade Union, for example? They support these tariffs.
Well, on the other hand, there are many CEOs who don't, and there are also unions who see this critically. You have to see, to bring back supply chains, to bring back production to the United States can't be done overnight. It takes years and years and years, and investments of billions of dollars. I think if profits had been distributed more equitably and workers would have gotten more of a share, then we wouldn't be at this point, and it wouldn't be, Donald Trump wouldn't even have an argument, even a pseudo argument for tariffs. So I think that's rather short-sighted, especially when you take into account that Donald Trump has threatened tariffs towards Canada and Mexico, considering that a car goes back and forth over these borders up to 8 times. If every time they were to cross the border, those tariffs were levied, a car would become completely unaffordable.
Sandra Navidi, the founder and CEO of the New York-based advisory firm Beyond Global. Ms. Navidi, we appreciate your time and your insights tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.